The first time anyone saw John Kennedy step into the modest office downtown, they didn't expect a headline-making act of courage. The morning sun slanted through the blinds, casting a lattice of light over the stack of bills and papers on his desk. Kennedy, senator and lifelong advocate for integrity in politics, sat quietly, thinking about the widening gap between the people he served and the world of privilege he now inhabited. He had taken the oath to serve the public, yet day after day, he watched colleagues manipulate funds, lobbyists influence legislation, and citizens' voices drown beneath layers of greed. Something had to change. Kennedy's hand hovered over the pen as he signed the paperwork that would shock Washington. For the first time, he was donating his entire salary to charities supporting education, veterans, and families in crisis. It wasn't a small gesture, it was nearly $500,000, money he had earned through tireless work, long nights, and endless debates. As he sealed the envelope, he felt a flutter of fear. This wasn't a ceremonial donation. This was a statement, a challenge, a moral mirror held up to a Congress too comfortable in its silence. The press learned of the act within hours, and the reaction was explosive. Cameras swiveled, reporters scribbled furiously, and social media erupted with hashtags praising and criticizing him alike. Some called him naive, some called him heroic. But Kennedy didn't seek fame, he sought change. 3 days later, he walked into a packed congressional chamber, the weight of his decision pressing like a physical presence on his shoulders. Lawmakers were already whispering, skeptical and wary. Kennedy's gaze swept the room, faces filled with curiosity, suspicion, and the faintest trace of admiration. Clearing his throat, he addressed his peers. "I have donated my entire salary this year," he began, his voice steady but carrying the weight of conviction. "Not to show off, not to gain favor, but because I believe our service is not measured in the comfort we take from our positions, but in the sacrifices we make for those we represent. I ask each of you today, will you join me in this commitment?" A ripple of murmurs swept through the chamber. Some laughed quietly. Others frowned, unsure if this was a political stunt. But Kennedy didn't flinch. His voice rose, heartfelt and unwavering. "Our constituents struggle every day. Parents working 2 jobs, children without proper education, veterans waiting for care. Can we, in good conscience, accept salaries that put us above them while they suffer? Today, I ask you to step forward, not for the applause, but for the people who placed their trust in us." For a long moment, silence reigned. Kennedy's hands clenched slightly, and he looked at the faces before him, not as opponents, but as colleagues capable of a higher purpose. Then, slowly, a few members rose, pledging symbolic donations. Others followed, some with skepticism, others wit.